So I like unbuttoned one of my buttons to make this video a little more sexual and a little more intimate for you guys. Okay, you guys are fucking perverts. Clicked on this video just to hear about my first sexual experience, which is not what this video is about. Freaking get your mind out of the gutter, honey. I'm a virgin. First question, do you still talk to your first love? I need a little clarification because is it talking about my first lesbian love or my first straight love? Like, my first lesbian love was in like middle school with a girl. God bless her heart. I really don't talk to her anymore because she's like a crackhead or something now. And I just don't want to talk about that because it was a very, very dark part of my life. And for my first guy love, no, I don't talk to him because he's a douchebag and he's really full of himself and he's one of those exes. I really enjoy having, or not having, but like when people break up with, when they're in a relationship and they break up with the person that they're in a relationship with and they're still able to be friends after that. I think that's amazing. And people who don't want to do that and they're like, oh, my ex, whatever, like, I'm just over it. What was your first job? Okay, my first job was, what was it? I was actually on the swim team, like, sophomore year, I think I told you guys about that in my last old channel. But, I actually got a job through my, swimming lessons or whatever. I taught swimming lessons, and it was, like, little kids, probably, like, 4 to 10, and I had to teach them how to swim, and, keep in mind, I hate kids, so yeah. What was your first car? Okay, I drive a Lexus RX 300 right now, and it's kind of like a cream white color. It was my mom's car, and I was like, hey, I'll just use that car until I get a new car or whatever. And that was that. I ended up really liking it, and I got really attached to it. It's a 1999 car, so it's pretty old. It's almost as old as me, but I'm like, I'm not going to let you go. Don't let me go, Jack. Don't let me go. I mean, my poor old car is about to die, but I just don't want to think about that right now. It's depressing. Who is the first person to text you today? My phone is actually right here. Let's see who texted me. Oh yeah, that's kind of funny. This isn't my first love, but this is one of the girls I dated, and we're still friends, which is pretty cool. But I texted her this morning because I have class with her first hour and I was running late, so I was like, hey, can you just text the teacher and be like, I'm talking to the counselor right now, which I wasn't. I just woke up 30 minutes late and I was getting ready, so whatever. Who is the first person you thought of this morning? I really don't think of people in the morning. Like, I think that's kind of strange. Like, I don't really wake up and think, ooh, Justin Bieber, I wonder what he's doing this morning. Like, I don't do that. I think of myself. I think of what I'm gonna wear that day. I think of what shampoo I'm gonna use and what I'm gonna put on my face. I'm looking down because my computer's right in front of me, but who was your first grade teacher? Okay, I have really bad memory, but I do remember my first grade teacher, and her name was Miss Snyder, and she's always been my favorite teacher because she was always nice to me, and I remember she got really sick, like, the end of the year, and she had to get a voice box because she couldn't talk, and so she had to speak through a microphone that was attached to her vocal cords, which is really strange, but, I mean, she's kind of like a robot, but I still love her to this day. Where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? Okay, my first ride on an airplane was with my brother and my mom, and we actually went to Disneyland in Florida. It was okay. I sat next to someone I really didn't know, and she kept on asking me questions about how I was excited for Disneyland and stuff, and I was just like, shut the fuck up, bitch. I'm just trying to sleep, okay? This airplane is really crowded, and you're making me claustrophobic, so zip your mouth. This is so strange because it's asking me, okay, who was your first best friend and do you still talk? My first best friend, bestest friend, I don't really want to say her name, but she used to live right across the street from me, and we would literally, like, go outside and play with each other every single day after school. This was, like, in elementary school, and it's so convenient because she lived literally right across the street. Like, I could just walk there in, like, 2.5 seconds and be like, hey, is blah, blah, blah home? Can we, like, play and stuff? And we were both in soccer, so we would, like, play kickball back and forth. Yeah, I love kicking balls. I mean, we don't really talk, but I say hi to her, and she says hi to me sometimes. Why I was saying it was strange because she actually said hi to me today, and that's kind of strange because it's not like an everyday thing, so. Where was your first sleepover? Okay, growing up, if you're an Asian or you have Asian friends, you know that your parents are very strict and they're always like, they don't get the point of sleeping over. So I've never technically had a sleepover. I've stayed past 12 o'clock before, but I've never actually physically slept at their house, because my mom's just like, okay, if they live like right down the street, why can't you just come over whenever you're done doing what you're doing and go to bed in your own bed? I'm like, that's not the point. The point is I want to hang out with them all night and watch movies and hang out. Okay, I don't want to take the time and put on my shoes and then leave. That's stupid. Who is the first person you talked to today? The bitch counselor in the West office. Probably shouldn't have said that, but I don't give a fuck. She's a stupid bitch and she always degrades me. She doesn't degrade me, but she talks to me like I'm a fucking child. Ugh. She's such a bitch and everybody hates her. I don't understand why teachers work at schools if they don't. She's not a teacher, but counselors and teachers, whatever. If you're a faculty part of a school and you don't like kids, why are you working there? Whose wedding were you in the first time? Okay, if I was in a wedding as a child, I don't remember it, but when I was like 13 or 14, my cousin actually got married and I was the candle lighter, and I remember going up these stairs to the altar and trying to light the candles, and I got through like up to half of them, and then there was one that wouldn't light, and I literally sat there and I turned over because my cousin was the other candle lighter on the other side of the altar, and she was done and I was like not even halfway done, and I was like, fuck. What was the first thing you did this morning? Wake up. What was the first concert you ever went to? Okay, it was kind of lame, but one of my old best friends took me to a concert at one of our theme parks or amusement parks or whatever, and it's they were a Family Force 5. They used to be really, really popular back then. They're not really popular anymore, but yeah, they were cool. We got to do like a meet and greet, and I got to meet them and stuff, and they actually signed one of my shoes, which I still have to this day, which is cool. I don't know if they're making any more music, but they're called Family Force 5, and they're a Christian rock band, screamo band, which is weird because, you know, you don't really put those two together, but I mean, kudos to you. First broken bone. I've actually never broken a bone, and I don't ever plan on it. Like, I don't do dangerous things. I don't roller skate. I don't, like, jump on the bed. Oh, that's a good story. Okay, so one time, well, this is not relevant to me, but it's relevant to my brother. I'm actually at fault for the reason why he broke his leg and his arm. Okay, so whenever he broke his arm, I got pissed off at him. We were walking to the supermarket with my dad, and I got pissed off at him, so I pushed him in front of a car, and he got ran over, and he broke his leg. And then one time we were jumping on the bed, and I pushed him off, and his arm got caught. It was in this room, but it wasn't this bed, because my mom, we got, like, a new bed frame, but it was, like, he jumped off, and his, like, arm got stuck right here, and he, like, went down like that, and it, like, snapped. And so he broke his arm. First piercing. I don't pierce myself. I don't ever plan on getting piercings. I remember one time, it was like a phase in middle school. I used to be like a little scene kid, and I was like, I want snake bites, and I want like lip piercings and a nose piercing. I was like, ew. Now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, vomit. First foreign country you've ever gone to. I don't plan on leaving the country ever, unless it's like Canada or Mexico. No, I'm not going to Mexico. Okay, I watch so many horror movies where people get taken, and yeah, that's just not gonna happen to me. I don't feel like going to sex trafficking, and I don't feel like getting cut up. I don't feel like getting mutilated and eaten by cannibalists. Okay, that's not gonna happen. I'm too pretty for that. No. First movie you remember seeing? Okay. I remember when I was little, I used to be so obsessed with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like the old version, the one that was made in like 1900s. And I would go, because my cousin used to babysit me all the time. She would have like all these Disney movies and stuff, and she had Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and my foot is getting so numb right now I can't even feel it. Every day I would just ask her to watch it, and then it came to a point where she got like annoyed and just was like, whatever, just watch whatever you want. But I watched it literally every single day, and now I really hate that movie. Like, isn't that strange? Like, I loved it when I was little, and now I hate it. That's like life. When was your first detention? Okay, my first we don't really have detention. We have like ISI, which is in school intervention. But the first time I ever had that was in like middle school, and I cussed out a teacher because she was pissing me off. I don't remember what happened, but I was like, I think I said shut the fuck up or something like that. I get pissed off really easy, and I don't mean to, sorry. Who is your first roommate? Okay, I'm not old enough to be in college yet, but whenever I am in college, or when I am in college, more than likely going to have some sort of roommate. If not, I'm living by myself. But we'll get back to that question. What were the first lessons you ever took? The first lessons I ever took were swimming lessons, and I took that when I was like in elementary school. And I remember it was me, my cousin, and my brother, and we all passed besides my brother. I don't know why. He was just like flailing in the freaking water or something. He doesn't know how to swim. No one in my family knows how to swim besides me, so kudos to me. But I mean, yeah, that was my first lessons. And I remember I was super grossed out. I would go into the lockers and change, and all of the guys would be like butt naked. But now I'm like, oh, I just want to relive those memories. Who was the first person beauty related on YouTube you ever watched? Probably Michelle Pham, because she's like the beauty guru you think of when you think of YouTube. But I love her. She's kind of the reason why I started YouTube. I just love her so much. Michelle Pham. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will leave the questions down below, so whoever's watching this, I tag all of you guys. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's @AlbertPham. And with that being said, I will see you guys in my next video.